Hey everyone, Gaijin Goombah here. This was a topic that I was actually just gonna let go because I had the feeling that this wasn't going to be as big an issue as it turned out to be. And I'm talking, of course, about South Park's Stick of Truth and all of its censoring going on within the rest of the world. But I recently read an article where Matt Stone's talking about his, I guess you could say, dissatisfaction with how much censoring has to be done for this game. And I would have figured that Matt Stone and everyone else that's behind South Park would have already freaking figured out that just because you can do stuff here in the US doesn't mean you can do it everywhere else in the world. I would have figured they would have figured that part out by now. And that's not to knock South Park. I don't have any big problems with South Park. Like, maybe with the first couple of seasons because it was just shocking for shocking's sake, but now they're actually being current and using a lot of satire. So as big of a prude as I might be when it comes to that sort of thing, it doesn't really bother me. But this particular thing bothers me, because it's like, what did you expect? So this is taken, as a partial quote from what he said. This is what you couldn't see for some reason the rest of the world could, and we have no idea why. It's not cool. It's lame, ridiculous, and stupid. End quote. What? What did you expect? I don't get this. And there's a lot of people that have been talking about, anti-censorship and things of that nature. And I can kind of understand the perspective. But you people gotta understand, not only is localization a thing, not only do things have to be censored and removed, it's grueling how much has to be taken out. I can't really sit here and spend hours and hours talking about why, but with my work through Language Automation Incorporated, I've learned a whole lot about the localization process, why it's difficult, why it takes so much time, and why so often the whole localization process can kind of fall through. Not to mention they're incredibly time crunched. So, to hear Matt Stone talk about his general frustration about having to censor his game, when this is such common knowledge, again, I really didn't want to talk about this or bring it up, but this is the world that we live in. And if for some strange reason that Matt Stone would be listening to this, I don't know what you expected, bro. I didn't. I don't. If you're gonna throw swastikas, if you're gonna throw swearing, if you're gonna throw racism, if you're gonna throw all this stuff in, even if you're doing it satirically or ironically, not everyone's gonna share the same perspectives, bud, and it never will be that way. God. People's games, this isn't a joke, people's games have been banned in countries because of maps, because of how borders were aligned. I know that there's issues of that in China. If I think, Tibet and Taiwan, if they're not a part of the Chinese map, that game is going to be banned in China. I don't know specifically, but there are other areas in the Middle East, small areas in the Middle East, that are like that too. Did you not do any research about this? Did you not think about how hard it would be to sell overseas with as much offensive crap as you have in your game? And again, I don't mind that there's offensive crap in it. What bothers me is that he just seems so angry and so pissed off that he has to censor his work. And I can understand that frustration. If there's an artist who has a vision for something and wants to implement it thusly, and when people tell them that they can't, that's really, really upsetting. But this is the price for international release. This is why Animal Crossing took so long to get to US shores from Japan. When the 3DS released, Animal Crossing was right there with it in Japan. But that game is so massive, so immersive, it has so much stuff in it that even tiny things had to be controlled and changed for an optimal release over here. And that's what it's all about. If you don't have an optimal release, you're not going to make much money, or you're going to break the law and you're not going to get anything. So, if you're going to make an offensive game, you have to think about that crap ahead of time. And when the world kicks back saying, no, we don't want this, this is offensive to us, you better deal with it. I don't have anything else to say, to that degree. There's nothing else. So, I mean, for anyone that is going to be making video games ever, to have any sort of international release, and you care about what I say, you better listen to me, and you better listen to the localization teams that tell you you're gonna have to think about the finite, small details, and when you realize that you're gonna have to edit something out because it's not gonna sell for legal reasons or otherwise in other countries, you better get off your high horse and fix it. If you don't, just don't expect it to sell over there. Like, if the creators of A Stick of Truth had no aspirations to sell it in any other countries, fine, Make it as raunchy and crazy and racist, whatever, as much as you want to. Go crazy. But if you're gonna slate an international release to other countries, you better know what to expect. And if you don't, I don't feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for Matt Stone. I don't feel sorry for the development team. I don't feel sorry for Ubisoft. I don't feel sorry for any of those people because they should have seen this coming. And it just bugs me so much that these people who are complaining are going to get backed so hard by the general community. Everyone is going to be all anti-censor this, anti-censor that, because that's the way that the artist wanted. That's not the world that we live in. It's ideal, but the world does not equal the US. And the sooner that developers can figure that out, the more money they can make and the less hassle they're going to have to deal with. So anyway, that's all I got, guys. Thanks for listening in. I'm going to get back to working on my next Game Exchange episode, so thanks for tuning in. Until next time, this is Gaijin Goombah, signing out.